beautiful morning here in Kansas City. It really is. I mean, it's gorgeous. The skies are blue and the sun is shining and the wind is blowing. It surprises me. I've got a plant that sits out on my patio, and I'm going to have to bring her in here, I think, because the sun is too hot for it already. You know, and you can pretty much on your green plants, like your Dieffenbachia and pothos and whatever, the darker the leaves, the more direct sun they can handle. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Glad everybody's here with me. The darker the leaves are on your greenhouse plants, the more direct sunlight they can take. And these leaves are really dark, believe it or not, but they're starting to wash out. Oh, you know why? Because I don't have my microphone in front of me. I apologize. I don't know why I can't remember to do that. I remember, well, as much as I can remember. But I always sit down and just absolutely blank out on the microphone. I'm sorry about that. Okay, let me tell you that all over again. I was saying that the greener, the darker green your houseplant leaves are, the more direct sunlight they can take. Thanks, Julie. Thank you. And these leaves on this plant that I have sitting, and it only gets sunlight until about 10 o'clock in the morning, direct sunlight, because it faces the east, and we just have a small balcony area. And so once the sun gets up after about 10 o'clock or so, we don't get the direct sunlight anymore. And I've noticed that the sun is already seriously affecting these plants. I mean, seriously affecting these plants. I don't know. It's weird because it's early June. What is it, June 4th? No, it's the 5th. Today's the 5th. And morning, Terry. So I don't know, but and I remember this happening last year. Last year, even the leaves on the trees became speckled and they said it was the UVC that's coming through to our atmosphere, and we've never had UVC that we know of before. It also could be that we never had the technology before to recognize that we had UVC entering into our atmosphere. So it's not necessarily that we've never had it, we've just never known about it. Pam, I hope you have the bestest day. I hope you all have the bestest day ever. You know, it is so beautiful. It's just, it's really a good day today. I don't know why, but it feels good in the air. And I hope it feels good for you guys too. I really do. You know, because I want us to all really change our whole mindset about our days, our day-to-day life. And stop looking at it as a job, you know, hard work just to get through this world. It's such hard work. Well, hell, how do you know? Have you been to any others that you remember? Probably not. And if you do remember, well, God bless you, because you're one of the very few people that I've ever met who clearly recall their past lives. This earth is, you know, if we speak about realms, because I consider the earth to be a realm of existence, you know, and there are many realms of existence in my mind, in my theories. And one of them, being the earth, it is like a training ground, you know. It's from all the things that I've read, from all the times that I've talked to my spirit guides, the earth is very heavy. You know, it's not heavy because of the gravity. It's a heavy realm because of all of the stinking emotions. You know, emotions, the vast number of emotions, is something that I think that is very unique to the human existence. You know, other life, do I believe in other life? Of course I do. Of course I do. You know, but let's look at dolphins and whales. Let's look at life in our own world. Let's look at ants, honeybees. These are all colonies of beings that they work together. My God, you don't see ants out there boxing. You don't see them standing around arguing and taking a break and gossiping. Man, no, they got stuff to do. They got to get it done. They are not emotional. I think dolphins, porpoises, whales, I think they have emotion. I really do. I think they can be angry. I think they can be sad, afraid. I think they have every bit the emotional vastness that human beings do. And I think and I even think sharks do too. I think sharks have a bad rap. I think that they are intelligent beings. They just live in a different type of atmosphere than we do. That's all it is. But they're just as intelligent, just as able to do as we are. What if the Great Ape was supposed to be king and not the humans? Boy, I kind of put a monkey wrench in nature, didn't it? So here we are scouring the earth like a plague in some instances, and taking and just stealing all the natural resources that we can take, consuming all that there is to consume, leaving behind waste and filth in our tracks. Man, we got a lot to learn. And that is one of the reasons why I really do believe, besides the control that exists in our world, whether it's physical control, emotional control, mental control, it doesn't matter. Besides the controls that exist in this world, oh my gosh, darn it. Oh, I hate that. It was right there, and then I repeated myself, and I lost what I was going to say. Dadgummit, I hate that. Not that it was mind or, earth-shattering or mind-blowing or, grand revelation. Still, it was part of a conversation, and I hate it when I do that. Well, let's get off the heavy stuff, man. Let's get off the heavy stuff. I'm really trying hard to, be uplifting and uplift myself. Because if we thought about everything that could be, man, we would be just in turmoil all the time, wouldn't we? I was talking about star beings, wasn't I? I don't know. Okay, I remember what I was going to say. I apologize. The controls that we have that exist in our realm that does not allow us to freely communicate with others, with star beings. Because if they did, they'd already be here and they'd show themselves. If our people in control would allow that, our governments, our society. Our society is a big deal. But I don't know really that they would want to communicate with us. I think they would rather communicate with the dolphins and the whales and find out what's up with the sharks. The shark could just be the police of the ocean world, right? They just got a bad rap. So what makes us think that star beings would connect with us first? Why wouldn't it be the great ape? Why wouldn't it be the ant? Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be something? I often wondered when I was a kid. I really did. Because I would sit and watch bugs do their thing. I would watch spiders going across the yard. Even though I didn't like them, I would watch them travel and build a new web. I'd follow them around. I really did. I used to love the beetles with the really beautiful iridescent green colored. I loved them. I thought they were beautiful. I wouldn't touch one, but I really was intrigued by them. And I still get intrigued by bugs, especially when you're driving 55 miles an hour down a road and you see a bug crossing in front of you. You see a bug crossing on the road in front of you when you're going 55 miles an hour. That's an impact, man. Especially if you don't like bugs. What is going on here? Julie Cole Guthrie says, wanted to share. I was having one of my days yesterday, kind of worrying about things, even though I would say, I know you're with me and helping me, and tried to shake it off. I got in the car, and when the radio came on, the song was Don't Stop Believing. I know, man. Spirit is so freaking good to us. And you know, I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. You have to raise your vibrations to spirit. You know, and that means you have to change your mind frame. You know, I started off this morning saying, why does it have to be work to live this life? This life was a gift, even though the realm that we exist in right now is so heavy, because we're spiritual beings. We are spirit to begin with, and then we become physical so that we can continue to learn and continue to grow and take back with us all of these beautiful, exciting, and wondrous things that we learned and saw on this planet Earth. All the people that we met, all the love that we shared. So for spiritual beings, becoming physical is stinking hard. It really is. It's heavy, and it's ugly, and it's stinky, and it's blah. Who wants to be skinned, right? But we're here for a reason. We have a purpose. Every one of us has a specific purpose, a thing to do in this life. And you may have already done it. And everything else is just gravy. It's just time to have fun and lay back and relax. And you may never, ever, ever know whether or not you accomplish that one thing that you need to do in your life in order to fulfill your contract. Because, you know, we are creative people. We are created to create, not just procreate or practice. That was the advice I gave to my daughter-in-law when her and my son were trying to have a baby. I was like, practice, man. You'll get it right. So we're here to have a good time and enjoy ourselves and see the beauty of the world. Really see the beauty and find the miracles and connect with your guides, connecting with spirit. You know, the basic structure of religion teaches us our belief, but spirit brings it home. When you start working with spirit, or some would say walking in the spirit, when you start following your path, because I think when you start following your path, and you know you're on your path because you feel good in here, you're in balance, and it just feels right. When you're in that job that you hate so much, and it makes you physically ill to go to work. Some people become suicidal because they feel like that's the only thing they have. I have this job in my life, and that's all I got. So I don't care if it kills me. I'm keeping this job. I don't care if it kills me. Those who love you care. You know, because when you go to that job that you hate so stinking much that you'd rather, you know, sometimes the What If movie plays and you're thinking, what if I drove in front of that truck? Because I don't want to go to work today or ever again, not here. How horrifying that you have to live a life that you have that much disdain for. How horrifying. If you feel like that, man, I'm screaming at you to change it. Change it. You know, don't walk in and tell your boss, up yours, I'm out of here, I quit, that stinks, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because maybe the workplace is fine, it's just your particular job description that sucks so bad. You know, maybe go to talk to your boss and say, man, look, I don't know what it is, but right now life is really, really hard and this job is making it so much harder. Is there anything else that I can do so that I don't have to feel like this every day and I don't have to quit and go somewhere else? You know, because if there's nothing for me here, then I have to quit and go somewhere else. You know, and if it's a good company and it's good people, they'll help you find something else. If they don't have anything else, they will wish you well and give you a great reference. But connect with spirit too and say out loud. You have to talk out loud in your prayers and in your askings when you're asking anything of spirit. Anything. You have to ask out loud because of the emotional confusion that we throw off. All our vibrations. You know, I think my body language is saying I really want to go back to bed. My emotions are like, yeah, it's a beautiful day. I'll take whatever comes. And my spirit is like, come on, guys, let's go. You know, I'm not in agreement anywhere here, and it shows. It really does. I know that it does. So how much more would it show if my spirit, my mind, body, and spirit weren't in agreement to something that I had to do every single day? How much, oh, man. I can only imagine the turmoil. You know, I've never had a job that I didn't like, because if I didn't like the job, I wouldn't stay. You know, and I would say, hey, this isn't for me. I appreciate your time, but I'm going to head on out the door. You know, and they're like, see ya, because there's 10 more people standing behind you looking for a job. They don't care. They really don't, unless you're truly a valued individual. And if you're a valued individual, then you don't despise your job so much. And the same is true in your personal life. If you're not happy where you are, whether it is the area that you live in, if you're not in love with your home, find the one that you're in love with. Find your idea of perfect. Draw a picture of it. You know, tell your guides, this is what I want in my perfect place. This is what I would love to see. This is what I'd love to have in my perfect place. So help me find that perfect place. You know, tell your guides, let them know so that they can get to work, because they have an idea of perfection. They have an idea of what perfection is, and it's pretty much better than yours is. I mean, I can guarantee that. It really is better than yours, because I'm a witness to that. That you can give them your idea of perfection and then let them take it and say, okay, but you know what I think you'd really love? I'm going to throw this in there for a bonus for you, because I know you'd love it and you never even thought about it. And I bet you've never seen this before, so I'm going to toss that one in there too. Just for a surprise. Because you're worthy. You are worthy to receive. You know, you're not just your paycheck, but unconditional love. Beautiful moments. Quiet, gentle breezes. You know, you are worthy to have these things in your life. And the reason, if you don't feel like you've got these things in your life, the reason is because you're not in balance. You're not. Something's out of balance. Now, what is it? You know, is it your home? And maybe not your home life, but let's just look at your house. Let's look at your apartment. Let's look at the place you stay. Does it feel good around you? Are you in a bad neighborhood? Are you in a good neighborhood? Are you in a comfortable place? Right? Now let's look at your family life, those things that are close to you every single day that you have to live with. You know, not your parents who live across town, not your sister who lives 3 states over, but your spouse, your love, your partner. And if you have children together, look at them too and see them. Are they in balance? Because if you're out of balance, chances are they're out of balance too. And it will get better, Julie. Truly, I can promise you that, because you've made the steps to change and to correct what is out of balance in your life. And it may feel like the balance is off, but really what it is it's getting juggled back into place. You're being shaken up. You're being shaken up. They gotta stir things up a little bit, get it back in the right places, balance you out. And that's truth. That is truth. Because when you're out of balance and you discover what it is that you're out of balance at, whether it's in your home life, in your work life, your home itself, the way you live, what your hobbies are, if you're not surrounded by people who only want what's right for you, they don't care what you look like, they don't care what your hair looks like today, whether or not you're wearing any makeup. They just want to know that you're okay. And you feel the same way about them. If you're not surrounded by people like that in your life, then you need to start searching those people out and asking Spirit, bring them to me. Bring the people in my life for my highest and greatest good. Bring them to me. And let me know, make me aware when they're here. Because, it would suck to have your one and only sitting right next to you at the restaurant at the counter, sucking down a strawberry soda that only you love. Nobody else has ever ordered a strawberry soda before. Must be something. And then something happens and you miss your opportunity and Mr. Wonderful walks on down the street. I want to know when they're sitting next to me. I want to know when the people in my life who can make a difference, a positive impact, and raise me to my highest and greatest good, I want to know when they're there, when they're sitting right next to me, so I can strike up a conversation. And so I always ask them, and if you're not comfortable saying the word guides, if you don't feel like you're connected to guides, but you're connected to God, change the word. Change the word. Change it to whoever you're connected with. Whatever you're connected with. Don't use my words, because my words are mine. I'm talking about my guides, my personal spiritual existence. You have one too. You do. Excuse me. We're all so individual. And sometimes it really is as simple as changing a word that you use. A lot of times it's that simple. Because when you're throwing out low vibrational words, hate, yuck, God, blah, those things just keep weighing you down. But when you start throwing out goodness and light and peace and hope and love, and gentleness and kindness, puppies and kittens, little baby raccoons. When you start throwing those words out, well, now they call to mind a whole different thing. And so when you say these words to describe however you are, your state of mind, your feelings, the color of that chair over there, the words that you use to describe the colors in that chair are what make the impact. It's what's going to, make or break the deal. Everything you do is like that. Everything. So choose your words, and not just fighting words either. Choose the words that you use to describe who you are. And wear those. Say them out loud. This is who I am. I am strong. I'm invincible. I am limitless. I can do everything that I see myself doing anytime. And then see yourself doing it. Ask yourself, Can I cock that window? If you see yourself putting a ladder up there, standing up with a cocking gun doing this, you can cock that window. Ask yourself, let you see yourself doing it, and then you have the confidence to go forward and do whatever it is, even if it's kicking ass at a meeting at work. You know, if you've got something to say, you've got a point that you want to get across, ask your guides, open up my throat chakra, open up my solar plexus, let me reflect to the world, let me see my reflection that I put out to the world, let me see what the world sees back. Look at yourself, and then do whatever you need to do to change your vibrations, change the words that you are using to describe who you are, because you're letting the world know who you are every day. Julie says, I feel like a Rubik's Cube waiting for the colors to match up. It's a hard way to feel. I know it's a hard way to feel. But the thing is that I understand completely what you're saying. I really do. I understand your words. And you really are going to be fine. Just let it shake up a little bit. Let it shake up who you are. Because what has happened is that you have shaken your own personal very foundations in changing from this place of whatever it is to over here. You know, you went clear around the block to get there. Yeah, you gotta stay positive. You gotta stay positive. But you shook up your very foundations. And when we shake from our foundations up, you know, think of an earthquake. Earth starts rumbling. The building starts shaking and swaying, and they're swaying and they're shaking, and sometimes they crash. And then somebody comes along, cleans up the pile, and rebuilds it, rebuilds that building, makes it new again. Same thing is going on with you, except I don't believe that you're going to crash. I believe that you are absolutely perfect in every way. You just didn't see your own colors. And now your true colors, because you're getting shaken up and stirred around from your very foundation up, your true colors are coming out, who you are. And then you take that and you wear that and you reflect it out to the world, and you tell the world, this is who Julie Cole Guthrie is. This is me. And then just stand there and be proud. Let all the work that you've done catch up with you and land in place where it's supposed to be, and stop trying to grab it as it's moving so you can put it where you think it should go. Let it fall around you. Because when everything falls into place, it literally falls into place. Just had to stop for a second. Oh, sorry about that. Get my cards out. Time is just going slowly today, isn't it? Either that or I must have... No, I know I wasn't exactly on time, because I'm never exactly on time. And if I am, I've forgotten something, like a microphone. The world is a heavy place, but, you know, our spirits really are light. Our spirits are light. And so you just need to let it glow, let it show, shine it out. And you say, God, how do I do that? Because it is pretty cliche to say that, isn't it? Very cliche. How do you do it? You just keep wearing. You keep wearing your own colors. You stay out of the box that so many people want to put us in. And be who we are. And be proud of who we are. Because really, Julie, you've done some pretty miraculous things in your life. You've done some outstanding things. And when you did those outstanding things, You were genuine with who you were at that time. And you're genuine now with who you are. You're just getting to know them all over again. Getting to know her self all over again. That's all it is. That's all it is. It won't take much time. You know why? Because there's not enough time to waste. Spirit's been telling me that for 2 years. Time is too short. There's not enough time to waste anymore. And so that's why this awakening is occurring. That's why all of the awakeners who are searching and seeking out answers, the awakeners become seekers. Okay? So the awakeners are awakening and they know that there's something more, but they don't know exactly what it is. That they know there's something else out there. And so they start to break free of the paradigms that society gives to us, that conditioning culture gives to us, and step away from the good Catholic or the nice Jewish boy or the good Christian girl, you know. Start breaking away from those, and that is devastating to some people when they're looking, when they grow from awakening. Awakening is understanding that there's something more and beginning to break free of the bonds that restrain us from learning and from finding out. When you become a seeker, well, then you're seeking the knowledge and the understanding that came with the awakening. So I consider you all, and myself as well, a seeker. I think the awakening is done. Excuse me. And but the awakening is a true thing. It is a true thing. There were so many people who just gained all of these abilities all at one time. Healers. There's so many healers now. So many people can heal with their hands. There are people like me who can channel and just, that's what they are. They're channelers. That's what I am. I just channel messages from spirit. But I'm wide open. Yet at the same time, my guides, who I was easily connected to my guides. I easily connected to all of my guides. And once I recognized who they were, you're welcome. They weren't just spirit hanging out. They were spirit with a purpose for you, Sharon. So come on, wake up. Wake up. Start seeking. But when we start seeking, there's so much trash and garbage and confusion out there. Who knows what is truth? Is the earth really flat, or is it concave? Or is it what all they want you to believe, that it's round? That's what they want you to believe. Yeah, Lisa, I remember that too. I opened your eyes for you. Thank you so much for that. And I still have that letter. And I still have everything. That just touched my heart so much. Thank you so much for that. I'm trying to teach myself. You guys probably have noticed that I don't respond to every single comment anymore, because I really am trying to teach myself to stay on task and not go from place to place to place. And I always see your comments, and I love you for them. Thank you very much for them all, and welcome to all of you who are with me. But if I don't comment on them, it's because I have to stay focused on what I'm talking about. Because as soon as I make a comment, whatever I was thinking of is gone. And I really, really don't like that about myself. And so I'm trying to retrain my brain, and I really am working very hard on that. And so please forgive me if I do not immediately respond to your posts. If I don't, it's okay, because I see them and I read them all. But remember, if I respond to them, I will forget where I'm at. I've been doing this for a couple of years, and I think my brain is starting to go. My mind is getting confused. Listen, I'm reading from pulled card. Postcards from Spirit by Colette Baron Reed. Thank you very much, Ms. Colette Baron Reed, for providing us with these incredible oracle cards for your day. You ready? Dearest you, we are gathering our magic together to help you celebrate, Julie, this is for you, your new beginning. You're stepping into a new version of your life, getting to tell a new story as you create it. Doesn't it feel like spring when the urge to expand wells up inside of you from a primal place? The form of what you are growing has yet to take shape, and it is exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning. It's normal to feel both push and push back when entering into any kind of new relationship, and it's okay to admit that you really don't know what to expect. What you can know is it's time to dive in and allow that new version of life to take shape through you on behalf of your partner in life, Spirit. You've made it to a new level of awakening and contributing, and we are so excited to see where this will take you next. We are so proud of you. There. How's that for an answer? How is that for an answer, huh? I love that when Spirit comes in and really, really, really tells you what you need to know when you need to know it. And they always do. They always do. And they always will. Just have to relax and allow it. Allow it. We're hard on ourselves. We really are. We punish ourselves for no freaking reason. And we keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, just hoping to make it better. Maybe it'll be better this time, you know. You're in an abusive relationship and you see the cycle, and you've seen the cycle for the past 5 years. You've been aware of the wheel that turns in your life. You're all in love and everything's happy and beautiful. And then things start to get kind of grumpy, and then the little grumpy words start turning into little heart pinches and pricks and hurts and ouches. And then it leaves your heart and goes to your physical body or your spiritual self or your mind. And the abuse gets worse and worse and worse until finally there's a huge explosion of energy. Huge explosion of energy, whether it's a physical argument or just a release. Doesn't matter. There's still always a huge explosion. Wow, everything blows up. And then it lands, and you can either choose at that time to leave or stay. And you choose to stay because you think, I love that person so much, and I know I can make them better. I know I can make them better. It'll be okay. So we're going to try this circle again. So you get back on that wheel and you dance that entire cycle around again. Land, see it coming, and keep on walking that same path, you know. Doesn't matter what the cycle is in your life. When you recognize that you have a cycle and a pattern in your life, that's Spirit telling you, hey, look at this. Pay attention here, please. This is for your highest and greatest good. You've got another exit point on this cycle. Do you want to take it or leave it? Because really nothing's changing. So 5 years, 8 years, 10 years down the road, you're looking at this cycle and this pattern and you're going, crap. I lived with it this long. I don't know anything different. I don't have any place else to go. I can't change him. But at least I know what to expect, because the devil you know is always better than the devil you don't. And you stay on that little train, that wheel, that circle, that cycle, and you do it all over again. Because you don't value yourself enough to break that cycle. And that's what it comes down to. When Spirit is showing you the cycles in your life, especially the ones that are not for your highest and greatest good, if Spirit is showing you cycles in your life that do not reflect back to you what you want to see in yourself, then they're really giving you a message. They're really smacking you right upside the head and said, hey, listen, really, you're not doing yourself any favors. You're not doing anybody any favors. You need to get off this little circle, get off this train, get off this ride. And I promise you're going to land real soft, because we've got some place for you to go already set up. It's already there. You just have to take the opportunity. So it's up to you not to decide what you want to do or how you want to do it, but only decide that you're willing to change this pattern, get off this cycle, get off this circle, this ride, this wheel, and take a chance. Take a chance on something that you don't know. And it doesn't matter how old you are. Does not matter. You're worthy. You're worth so much more. I mean, so much more. And there's so much more out there waiting for you. Don't you know that if you're willing to lose everything, then you should be willing to start all over? Really. If you're willing to lose everything, well, are you just going to sit down and quit? You know, because you gambled on this circle, and you know it's time to get off. You've known that for a long time. There's so much more for you out there. Your perfect life, your perfect home, the things that you see in your mind, only so much better. Man, I mean so much better. I'm going to show you pictures of our new RV when we get them. It's supposed to be down there this weekend. I don't get excited for anything, you know, because that's still quite a few days away. Saturday's still a few days away, and anything can happen. So I'll be excited when it's there and ready for me to walk into that door. And when I do, I am going to take pictures and I am going to post up, because I want you to understand that Spirit told me probably back in March, definitely in April. April was when I was really, really chomping. I was wanting, because I was going to start my traveling season has come up, and I wanted to have a Class C RV that I could just drive back and forth, park in the parking lot, sleep in, get up, take a shower, go do my show, and then drive back home. That's really what I wanted. And my husband was real hesitant, but Spirit was the one that was really nagging at me, saying, just cool your jets. Just wait. Just wait. We have what you want. Only you're really going to dig it, because it's a lot better than you could ever imagine. And it's in the price range that you were looking for. What? All right, I'll bite. Let's see what you got. You know, I'll wait until you bring it to me. And they did it. They brought it to me. They brought to me probably one of the most beautiful RVs that I've ever seen. And I'm not just saying that, and this is not bragging. I'm not bragging. I'm real reserved, because I'm still at this, really, do I deserve that? You know, I really don't feel like I'm worth that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Spirit, but I'm just not worthy. And Spirit's like, yes, you are. What do you mean you're not worthy? We pulled a lot of strings to get this for you. Of course you're worthy. We say you are. So now you need to see that, little sister. You need to see that, yes, you are worth this. Because I'm telling you, man, the price knocked my socks off. But when I stepped inside of it, I nearly fainted. I was like, my God, you've got to be kidding me. Got to be kidding me. In my price range? No way. No freaking way. Yep. It sure was. And so that's what I'm telling you, to listen to spirit. You know, if your physical self is going, no, I want this now, and you're bumping your nose, you're running into blocks, something is stopping you from getting what you desire, those are signs that spirit is telling you, wait, just wait. Don't do it yet. Because we'll give you whatever you ask for. Because you're worthy. We'll give you what you need for your highest and greatest good. But you have to let us pull some strings, man. You just asked for this 3 days ago. I can't say that it's here right now. So when you keep running into roadblocks, when the papers you can't find the paper that you have to have this paper if you're going to do this, but you just can't find it, chill out. That paper will find you when it's time for you to have it. Or if you have to apply for a new one, get a copy. It's going to take you 3 weeks to get that copy. Chill out. 3 weeks, man, chill out. Because in 3 weeks, believe me, it's going to be so much better. So those little things that Spirit tells us, that when Spirit's knocking on our head and telling us to wait, slow down, pay attention, listen, hey, do this over here. Follow their advice. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. That's all I can say is follow their advice. Listen and be patient and wait. And when they say go, you'll know it. You will know. Do you know that I was in a very dangerous place one time in my life? Well, quite a few times in my life, but this one time in particular, I was in a very dangerous place. And I knew that I had to leave. But I didn't know how I was going to do it. I really didn't. I was in another state. I wasn't in a dark place, it's not like that. But I was in a dangerous place. My eyes were wide open. I knew where I was, and I knew what was going on, and one day, and Spirit tends to come in, you hear them clearly when your mind is blank, when you're not thinking of anything. When you're not thinking of anything at all, and then all of a sudden something comes into your mind that's just like somebody standing next to you talking, then that's Spirit. They reached you and you heard them. Now pay attention. So there was a window at the top of a staircase. We lived in an apartment over a garage. And so we had to come up the stairs to get to our apartment. I was standing at the top of the stairs and there was a window straight out on the wall, up high on the wall. There was a window there. And I was standing there and I was just staring out that window. I wasn't thinking anything at all in my mind. I didn't have anything going on. I had no forethought. And all of a sudden, as clear as a bell, Spirit said to me, it's time to go. And you need to leave now. And I was like, okay. I'm out of here. I was just waiting on you to tell me. I was waiting on the word, man. I'm waiting on the word. Thank you so much. I went in. I got on the phone. I called my mom. I said, I got to get out of here, Mom. It's time for me to go. And my stepdad got on the phone and said, I'll be there in the morning at 7 o'clock. Be ready to go. My husband at the time, my husband at the time had just recently started a job. And he left for his job at 6:45. And he only worked until about 10 o'clock in the morning. It was just my husband at the time was not a good worker. He wasn't a real good guy all the way around, but he was not a good worker. And this was one of the few jobs that he had during my marriage to him. And that's a long time ago. Anyway, so I had a window. Of opportunity to leave. And it was very short and very tight. And absolutely nothing could go wrong. Because I knew that my life depended on it. I knew that. There was no question. My life depended on that window of opportunity and nothing failing. And remember, I was in Arkansas at the time. My stepdad and mom lived up south of Kansas City. Everything fell into place. Everything happened exactly as it should have happened. I left that building, I left that apartment, I left that life with what I carried on my back. I mean, I didn't take anything. I had my necessities. And I walked out that door. As soon as that car pulled up, man, I was out that door, and that car pulled up at 7 o'clock in the morning. You know, he had left 15 minutes before. They passed each other somewhere on the street. I know they did. I'm surprised he wasn't recognized. So, just know that when Spirit says it's time to go, you don't look back. You go in and instinctually make that one phone call that you need to make, and you trust your instincts that this is the person that you're supposed to call. This is the way that you're supposed to do it. Because if it's not right, it won't work. If it's right, everything will fall into place. So, Julie, I know you've stepped through it. I know you did. And I'm really proud of you for being strong enough to begin again. Because it doesn't matter how old we are. We have to keep taking the do-overs. We have to keep trying again every single day. And what I'm saying to you is that when you are right, when you are in balance in your body, your mind, and your spirit, your life shows. Your life shows it, because there's no more turmoil. There's no more constant up in the air stress. You know, you find beauty in little things, and butterflies seem to come around a lot more freely. You know, you attract life. You attract life. And it can be any kind of life. It can be human beings. It can be animal life, wildlife, fish. You know, and prosperity isn't all about money. Prosperity is health and happiness and peace of mind and a contented heart. That's prosperity to me. I'm going to send you one more card from Postcards from Spirit. And then, gosh, we got to do something. We got to do something to celebrate the lives that we have. They certainly showed me the truth about people. People are hard. People suck. Really. We are barbaric. We are animals. We are hate-filled. We love conflict. We don't exist well unless there's something stirred up in that pot. But we're also very beautiful people. We're very loving and very kind. It just depends on where you're walking at the time. And if you're walking in the direction where people are beautiful and kind to each other and loving, and say thank you and appreciate the butterflies and the old hound dogs. Dearest you, we know everything in the universe is perfect, even in its flaws, and we view the creation of spirit in total awe. All is unique, yet part of a unity of existence, but the human experience is a little different from ours. You tend to have a specific standard for what you consider ideal, and this isn't serving you now. So forget your idea of perfection and see through our eyes, allowing things to be as they are, without judgment. And don't wait until a perfect moment or mood to start something. Instead, enter life with all of its flawsomeness. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Let others be who they are too. Imperfect and human, complex or simple, it doesn't matter. For there's always something to discover, experience, and love. And when you drop the need for an ideal, you uncover the real treasure, which will be far more interesting and valuable. Loving you like crazy. I love that. I really do. That's one of my favorite cards, especially for the new word flossomeness, because we are all flossomeness. Every one of us. We are filled with flossomeness. And it's really very beautiful. It really is. It's what makes us unique and individual and self. It's how we identify. So, I guess the only thing I have left to say is know that no matter where you are, whether you are in turmoil or whether you're in peace and calm and serene times in your life, whether you are in the middle of an adventure or whether you're in the middle of cooking dinner for a screaming hungry family, it doesn't matter where you are. Spirit is with you. They really are. And when I say that you have to raise your vibrations to connect with Spirit, I say that because Spirit cannot lower their vibrations to connect with you. And so how do you raise your vibrations? I get asked that a lot. How are we supposed to raise what we don't even know? You just change the words that you use. Change the vibrations of the energies that you are putting forth. You change the words that you use. And you use higher, lighter, sweeter tasting words. And when you do that, and coming from a place of unconditional love, that's another one. You have to come from a place of non-judgment. And if you do judge, you need to recognize in yourself when you're doing it. Recognize, ooh, man, that was a big judgment call. That wasn't cool. Sorry about that. That's all you got to do. You know, it's not a big deal unless you catch yourself and ignore yourself, telling yourself, hey, that's a judgment call. And you say, what? Judge? Sitting in the high seat right now. I'm judging. So that's it. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do to raise your vibrations, really. That's where you start. Recognize whenever you're saying something that's a little bit less than kind and change it. Julie said forgiveness raises your vibration a lot, because when you forgive, a lot of the lower vibrations fall away, and she is absolutely 100% correct. You do have to come from a place of forgiveness, whether you're forgiving yourself or forgiving someone else. You have to come from that place. You're right, Julie. Thank you for that. And you know what? When you're forgiving somebody, you're not letting them off the hook for hurting you. You're not. you are recognizing and you are recognizing I'm not really sure how to say it because it doesn't sound right. When you forgive someone, you're not allowing their wrong to go by without recognition. You're recognizing that they wronged your heart, your mind, your body, whatever it is that you're forgiving. And you say, hey, I'm not holding this against you. It's not worth it. I'm not angry about this anymore. I'm sorry that it happened. It really hurt. But I can move on now. It allows you to let go. It allows you to put down those low vibrational feelings, which is the anger and the pain. And you do heal. You do heal. And sometimes it's immediate and miraculous. And other times it's a little bit slower and you don't quite see it coming around, but it's there. So that's it. Just raise those vibrations. Just keep them going. Just every day see the beauty somewhere. And if you're not happy in your life, change it. And that might mean moving completely away from where you are right now and everything you know. And getting on the phone and getting on the wanted, the help wanted, and find a job 3 states over that pays better. Take your last paycheck from this job and get that apartment that you're going to need when you move into that state for that new job, for that new life, for that new adventure. Find your happiness. Draw a picture of it. And tell your guides every day, I want that. I want to be happy. I need this in my life to make it better. And Spirit may say, well, we'll give it to you. We'll give it to you right now. But it might not be exactly what you need for your highest and greatest good. But it's a start. So go ahead and take this for now because we got better coming for you. We got better coming. All you have to do is let go of everything else. And it's here. That's it. That's it. So with that, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to ask you to go about and give love abundantly in everything you do. Everywhere you go, just smile, connect with people. Give them a hint that there's a good reason to have faith in humanity, because even though we act like barbarians, we're really a pretty good bunch of people when you get to know us. The family reunions are a blast. Love to you all. And I'm really happy that you share your mornings with me. Thank you, Julie. I'm really happy that you share your mornings with me. And I really do enjoy spending my mornings with you. So go forth and be prosperous. Be happy. And know, beyond a doubt, that you're blessed. Love you too, Deborah. Cindy, you're beautiful. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining in. Have a great day, everybody. Just have a great day. And know that you're loved. See you later.